Hi guys, as promised I'm back and today what I've got is my Magforce bag. Now in the past I've always done bag reviews, but what they've had is they've been loaded up with loads of stuff, so it's ended up being more of a review of the contents of the bag rather than the bag. So today what I'm going to do is just the bag to let you see what it is. I have some props with me, some household items that both sides of the pond will be familiar with. I'll give you the dimensions. I could not find dimensions of this pack anywhere on YouTube. I did purchase this from Heine Haynes here in the UK, so if you're looking for one, of course, as always, I'll put the links up and I'll show you the price of them. Historically, I've always went for the Maxpedition bags, but this is Magforce, okay? And I'm going to be honest, I really don't see much difference between the two of them at all. Yeah, I think the quality is equally as good. I actually believe it's the same company that makes them, but I can't verify that at all. But it's made in Korea anyway, so, and I know that Maxpedition is also made in Korea. So we'll crack on, we'll have a look. So the bag itself comprises of a back pocket here. In fact, let's start at the front. So on the front you can see two pockets here. One is a buckle pocket, and inside there is a sleeve. Now the pocket itself, if I measure it, it is, I guess it could expand to about 10 centimeters on the top, that's 4 inches, or 12, which is nearly fat. Well, it is, we can go 5 inches or 12, 13 centimeters down that way. What that means in real terms, also this has got one of those Velcro flaps, and it is indeed built for a mobile phone. So if you have a standard iPhone, this is an iPhone 8, that can go in there no problem, and you can, as you push it down, you'll see it drags the sleeve in, and then of course you can do that and it can buckle up. So that's the standard iPhone 8. Again, to get easy access, you can pull the sleeve up and get the phone out. I also have an iPhone 8 Plus, which is the preferred phone I use, and again that can go in. It doesn't quite go proud, it's just the top bar that's out, but again the strap is fully adjustable, so that is not an issue. You can still hunker that in there. It's a nice fit, it's all padded, so yeah, spot on, great place to keep a phone if that's what you're looking for. So again, I'll take this out. Another item that I quite often keep in here, or in fact what you can keep in here, but there's also a sleeve down the back of this pocket, and I keep in a silver compass. So the compass itself can fit in there, no problem, push it down and seal it up. But like I said, you can keep, if you've got a normal iPhone, that can fit in there fine. And then this compass, it can slide down the back of there. And there's probably a good, I don't know, let me just check. There probably is a good inch, 3 centimeters still left in this sleeve if your compass is slightly bigger. And just for reference, so you know, this compass is 12 centimeters, approximately 5 inches, okay? So that's how big the sleeve is down the back there. And I quite like that feature actually, because you can get easy access to your compass should you require it, and to your mobile phone. Okay, so we can tick the box for that pouch. Really happy with that. Moving on, behind there guys, we have a zippered pocket, and again on the inside it's hook and loop inside there. So if you have some of the other Maxpedition pouches or something, you can stick that in there. It is a fairly deep pocket. Let me get the sizes for that. This pocket is 6 inches deep, although you could probably stretch it to 6.5, and for us across here in the UK it's about 16 centimeters, okay? Some of the items I have, to be honest, I have a standard 330ml can that can go in there no problem. I also have a 500ml Coke bottle, so that's not going to fit in there in any, but it does have the double zipper, so you can, if you wish, you could zip that up so there's just a little bit out. If that, you can have a phone and a drink, which is nice and easy, and of course you can access it quite simply by putting it in there. So it's not a bad thing if it had been slightly bigger. Now I must confess, when I bought this bag I actually thought it was going to be bigger. The photo was quite deceiving, so I don't know if the gentleman who was modelling the bag was extra small or whether or not it was just the photography that was in place, but I did get the illusion that the pack was slightly bigger than what it actually is. And before we move on, I'll better give you those dimensions as well. So from corner to corner we have 14 inches, although I'm going to say probably about 12 inches here of usable space, and for us here in the UK it's 30 centimetres. Okay, so that's how big it is. It does have a big pocket in the back. Let me slightly open that up so I can fully pop that open so you can get a better view of that dimensions. And that there, looking at that, is about 3 centimetres. Obviously there's a little bit of give, so if you don't pack out the front pockets too much, you should be able to get to the back and pad it out a little bit more, probably to 3.5, and again that's probably 8 to 8.5 centimetres in UK style. Okay, so now we know the sizes of the dimensions of the pack. Almost forgot there, standing up, if you take away the strap, standing up, the pack itself, it's about 8 inches 20 centimetres. I will keep looking, and if I can find the actual dimensions, maybe able to get one off a Korean website or something, of course I will put that up to show you. And so moving on to this side now, this is quite an interesting pocket, and it's actually one of the reasons why I purchased this bag. It has a front zipper on the top with a sleeve in there. Again, I wouldn't. You can, if you just fold that over there. Again, there's going to be room for your iPhone, standard iPhone 8 or your 8 Plus. I would imagine that would go in there. That's maybe a stretch. Yeah, that's going to take a little bit to get that in there, but the normal phone's not a problem. So I would say usable space in there for that is going to be somewhat 5 inches 12 centimetres there, but there is a little recess that goes up there, so you could probably push it to 5.5 or 13.5, 5.5 inches 13.5 centimetres. The pocket itself, it's not felt lined, it doesn't have any sort of, you know, this material padding in it, let's call it that. It's just a normal pocket that we're probably all familiar on most packs. What else do I have? We can move on. It has the Velcro attachment for patches, morale patches, etc. on the top, and then you can open it up, and I must say it is really good Velcro on here. Like, the hook and loop is very good. It has an additional sleeve on going down in the front of the pocket. Again, let me just pop in an iPhone 8, so it's roughly the same size as an iPhone 8. We take that no problem. Might struggle with the 8 Plus. Yep, sort of same as this really. And then if you had the compass, the silver type compass, that's going to just sit in there no problem as well. There is no Velcro here on the back to seal it closed. It is just an open sleeve, but I actually quite like that. And again, really good Velcro on the front there. So that is that pouch, but it doesn't end there with this bag. Again, if you take this, it has yet another pocket behind this, and when you open that up, the whole lot drops down. So let me just turn that around so you can see. Again, this pouch in here is fully lined. This is the hook and loop on the back, and it has a zipper pocket on the front. Open that up, you can get a hand in there. It's quite good. I would probably have a first aid kit or something in there, but my next video will be how I load this bag out. But again, no problem there for a normal iPhone. Will it take an iPhone Plus, 8 Plus? in there. Yep. So again, you can put it in there and zip it up with no issues. Okay. This pouch, or this zippered small compartment, again, there's no any kind of padding on here in any way, shape or form. This is 5 inches up to the zipper with an additional inch above it, so something that would be, say, 5.5 to 6 inches would be quite comfortable in there. And I would say that you'd be quite comfortably put something that's 5 inches wide in there, or 13 centimeters, okay? And that would fill that pouch up rather nicely. So moving back now, as I said, it's hook and loop all the way, and I've seen on another review of this pack on the internet, because there is a few, but most of them are in Korean or another formal language. I believe it's Czech, forgive me if I'm wrong, but there's actually, this pocket here goes all the way back. So let me just open up the tape measure and show you. That's it quite comfortably in. That is 10 inches or 26 centimeters to get in there, and that's going to be fine for concealed carry. For us people, normal kind of items that we would have in our bushcraft tier, the Bako Laplander saw fits in there really nicely without any issues whatsoever. I hope that's seeing that. So that's going in there nicely. Or also, this is the F1 survival knife, and that fits in there no problem at all. If I lift that up to the top, you can hopefully get a comparison, and of course I'll zoom in. And as per usual, what I'll do is I will put the dimensions of that saw and that knife up in the box somewhere round about here, and you will see the sizes there, so that'll gauge how big it is. Depth wise, guys, I would say no problem to something that's 6 inches, 15 centimeters, yeah, 6 inches. But in fact, to be honest, you could probably even get away with 6.5 or 16 centimeters inside there. Yeah, no problem. So that's, I really like this pouch. I think it's really neat and really great the way they've done it, because it's almost, when you zip this up, if you take these, and again, it's YKK zipper, so I actually don't see any difference between this and the Maxpedition gear. And then this has got Velcro on the top to seal it closed, and it has a little handle there so you can grab it, you know. So great for a trauma kit or something inside, but also equally great for an EDC bag. That said, it is a little bit military, so depending on who you are and where you're going, maybe not so much in an urban environment, but certainly for someone who's got a truck, who lives out in the wood, out in the countryside, this would be perfect just to grab, throw in the back seat, and yeah, really good. Also behind here, there's a large zipped compartment, and I'll put some photos up here of what that looks like on the inside, because you won't get a particularly great view, but of course I will try to open that up and let you see in there. But there's two pockets again. I would say the larger of the two pockets is going to have, easily take something that's 5.5 inches, probably by an inch and a half, and the depth of it is probably, well, I think you could get away to 7. In fact, you could push this bag to 8, but 7.5 inches would be comfortable, and that's 20 centimeters an hour money. The thing is with these bags is the zippers and the stitching and everything's really good. So if you remember last week or the week before, I done the video on my brew bag, and it literally, when I tried to stuff that out, it just fell apart, which is more or less what prompted me to buy this one, because I didn't want to go and buy the expensive Maxpedition gear. So this compartment again, if I come round, sorry if not gave you the dimensions of the small pouch. Small pouch is approximately 4 inches, 10 centimeters wide, 5.5 inches deep, which is 14 centimeters. Yeah, let me try. iPhone 8 Plus goes in there no problem. with a bit of room to spare, and obviously if that goes in, that's not going to have an issue. Actually, what I might do is, yes, so just, if I can hold that there and I'll put that in there, the back pouch there that you can see is almost the perfect size to take an iPhone 8 that way. So that would give you an idea of how much real estate you've got in that pouch there. It has a main compartment. Now the main compartment in here, I'm going to go, I would easily, yeah, I would say you can 10 inches in there, guys. 10 inches by, I guess, 7 would be comfortable. And then again, there's no point in giving you the dimensions of the depth because it's solely going to depend on what you stick in there. I have some items again to show you. So I have a bot. This a lot of people have got these in our community that we do. So yes, that can go in there. Takes a bit of a push, but it can go in there. And I can assure you that this is going to be part of my bug out bag. So if you don't think that's going to go out there, I've already tried to load that up, and I can assure you, in fact I tell a lie because that's the main pouch. This pouch here is the one behind the pouches. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. So what can that take then? The Natural Navigator book. A book that some of us may or may not have, but it's probably, well, the book itself, let me see, nearly 9 inches, which is 23 centimetres, and that quite easily can just go in there and be zippered closed. Okay, so that's a stand, you know. So if this is a kind of bag that you could go travelling with, you can quite easily take a bottle of water, excuse me, a bottle of water, a bottle of Coke, whatever, in this pouch, phone in the front, a book in there, a couple of items in here, maybe a small first aid kit, etc. If that's going to be your EBC bag. So again, that fits in there, no problem. Other books we might have, just for reference, this is the SF Survival Handbook. I would imagine a fair few of us have that, especially here in the UK. That goes in there, absolutely no problem, with loads of room to spare. Or another book we might all have, especially here in the UK, is the Ray Mears Essential Bushcraft, and that pouch just swallows it, no problem. There's effortless, and there's room to spare. So that is the zipper pouch behind these pockets. Then we have the main pocket, and this is the pocket. Let me open that up, and I quite like this one as well, because on this pocket, once again, you could do concealed carry, because it has the hook and loop Velcro here for sticking additional pouches on, and then it has 2 larger pouches, iPhone 8 Plus in there, no problem. That's definitely going to zip up for sure. And there, I'll just give you the dimensions of it. It's probably similar to the front one. Yeah, 4 inches wide, comfortably, let me see, 7 deep, and then again, you know, probably an inch. Any more than that, you might be stretching it a bit. And then on the other side, the large deep pocket, basically, let me see. Oh, not quite. Oh no, it can, bit of stretch, you can see there. So that is exactly the size of an iPhone 8 Plus there. Let me show you a normal iPhone. Bit of room to spare, fingers. Mind you, I do have fingers like pig's nipples, so might not be so good. But the sizes of that, folks, is about, I would say 6.5 would be comfortable, and the depth of it is 5 inches, but you could probably stretch it to 6 in there, because there's another inch above here. You have this nice Velcro panel on there, so all in all, it's really good. And the depth of that, it's difficult to do it this way. The depth of that pouch, so obviously that will depend exactly that will depend exactly on how much you stuff out these pouches at the front. But this back pouch is roughly 3 inches wide, which is 8 centimeters. And this is the one that the bot can go into. So the bot can go into there and can be zipped up. So you can take a cooking utensil with you, which is great. I like the bot. I prefer stainless steel. Obviously it's, well, I just prefer stainless steel, but then it comes with the weight. So the titanium stuff's fine, but I always find that you have to let it cool down before you start handling it. Back pouch again, Laplander saws, knives, you know, there's loads and loads of room in there. What I've also got is I have just an average can. So this is, I don't eat a lot of tin food, but Devon custard, so I can just stick that in there. And to be honest, there's just so much room in there, that just swallows that. So, you know, if you were taking, I mean, sometimes it'd be quite nice on a really hot day, I don't know, a little bit of custard and a tin of fruit. Spot on. So that's that. Another thing I have in here, this is an American lightweight poncho, which I compress right up. This is going to be part of the bug out bag, which is going to be in here, which will be the next video. If you're watching this within a month, I would guess, of you putting it up, it's not going to be linked, but eventually, if you're watching this sort of 4 or 5 months down the line, I will put a link up in the corner and that will link it to that video. But again, that goes in there absolutely no problem. So now you've got a waterproof cover, you've got a makeshift shelter, and you have a cooking device in there without any issues whatsoever. Back of the bag, got this nice padded, yeah, I would say it's padded, and it's good material. It's very, very similar to Maxpedition, but that's on there to stop any rubbing going on. And then of course it comes with a strap. You do get the strap with the shoulder pad, which is very well padded as well, and again that's a hook and loop which goes on there, exactly the same as the Maxpedition pouches. On the front here, it's adjustable. It has a quick release strap to make those adjustments easier, and it has a carabiner that can go on there for your keys or whatever it is you're carrying. So guys, that is the Magforce International bag. I'm having brain freeze with the name of it, so it's just going to go up on a caption there. I can't remember for the life of me what this bag's actually called, but don't worry, that'll all be sorted out in post-production. Have I covered everything? I think so. Once again guys, short and sweet this time. Back to the very basis, the kind of videos that I used to do a very long time ago, just reviewing bags. I do think this is, I will of course have put up a link to show you how much it is. I believe it's about £90 here in the UK. It is still expensive, but it's quality. You get what you pay for. Okay, depending on what you're planning to use this for, depends on the budget you have, okay. I actually used my YouTube earnings and a little bit extra money that I had to buy this, because every penny that people, or rather the advertisement, does for me, or again if anybody buys me a coffee, like I did in my last video, and I couldn't even pronounce their name. I do believe it's now Denier, but yeah, it's not a name that I'm familiar with or I've ever seen or heard before, so again I apologise if I got that wrong. But yeah, they did buy me a coffee, so any of that kind of revenue goes straight back into the channel. Yeah, fantastic. Really appreciate it if you could give me a thumbs up, like it, leave a comment, tell me what you think, or indeed even tell me the kind of items that you think that this bag would be good, and then I'll take that into consideration when I am doing the bug out build. Again, any comments, please leave them, and if you can find it within yourself, please subscribe, because it matters greatly. I've always in the past said that the comments mean more to me, and they do, because I love interacting with you guys. But you know, a comment, a sub and a like, that's just the icing on the cake. So until the next time guys, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you later. Cheers.